Badlands. Explain those Badlands. That's a hell of a name.
But the people are retarded.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to a Badlands Media special coverage event. We are going to be covering the sentencing of Donald Trump for that hush money case. This should be pretty darn interesting. I don't think we're going to have actual video from the court, but we got a stream here, and this part's video, but from the courtroom, they're only allowing audio. So, I don't know. Should be interesting to say the least. I'm very curious what they're going to do here. For those who haven't been caught up, it is my understanding that Trump has challenged this hearing and the sentencing. And yesterday they got a ruling down, and I believe it was 5-4 against shutting it down as Trump wanted. And I think I can find the actual ruling here. Yeah, let me show you guys this. Chief Justice Roberts and Amy Coney Barrett joined with their leftist colleagues, Judge Merchan and Alvin Bragg, to allow this unprecedented abuse. And this person's a little partisan, because I would not call Judge Merchan and Alvin Bragg their colleagues. But this is the ruling. The application for stay presented to Justice Sotomayor and by her referred to the court is denied for the following reasons. First, the alleged evidentiary violations at President-elect Trump's state court trial can be addressed in the ordinary course on appeal. Second, the burden that sentencing will impose on the president-elect's responsibilities is relatively insubstantial in light of the trial court's stated intent to impose a sentence of unconditional discharge after a brief virtual hearing. Justice Thomas, Justice Alito, Justice Gorsuch, and Justice Kavanaugh would grant the application. So yeah, we shall see what happens. I'm kind of just going to be hanging out here in the background, and once we go live to the court and once it's done, I'll probably come back on. So let's see how it goes. We got anybody in the chat that I recognize?
You didn't eat anything?
Oh, they got audio from the cops. Yeah, Bubba Ganoush in the chat makes a good point here, and this is kind of where I'm at. They say basically they are letting the process go through the proper chain. It may still go back to SCOTUS. Yeah, most things can be appealed, and any ruling here I'm sure would, but they got to have something to appeal first. So not often does the Supreme Court, especially this Supreme Court, not often do they interject themselves in the middle of the legal process. They want it to play out and then correct the mistakes as they are made. So we shall see. What's up, Dirk, Maggie? See a lot of familiar names in here. Yeah, guys, for those not aware of what is going on, this is live feed from outside the New York courtroom. Donald Trump is facing sentencing for his New York hush money case, where he was convicted. Total bullshit, but hey, that's what this political persecution brings. And yeah, yesterday the Supreme Court ruled that this proceeding could go forward, and that is what we're covering. We won't have actual video from inside the courtroom, but we'll have audio. And there's quite a few people watching this YouTube stream. It's kind of lame. I'm gonna share a link to our coverage, which is by far better. Oh, it says I have to create a channel to join in the chat. Yeah, I do have a channel, but let's see what they're talking about.
Stay ready. They just might be setting them up.
That's exactly what I don't know if you're using it as cell phone.
Be pretty funny if a cop said something like super corrupt right now.
They say they're running through the judge's chambers.
Texas Patriot for Life says, next time you're in Frisco, hit me up. I live 5 minutes from the stadium. Would have treated you to some proper food. Yeah, it was pretty fun going to that game down there. It was a lot of fun. Had a few drinks. The plane ride the day after was not as fun.
You know what? I think that I didn't eat like nutritiously for breakfast.
This guy's talking about his breakfast now. Anyway. So yeah, we're just kind of waiting for this thing to kick off. It's supposed to be like 2 minutes ago, I thought. Let me just make sure we have the right stream here. It is interesting. Like the judge in this case, to this point, has not allowed any media at all from inside the courtroom. But for this one case, he's allowing audio. So I just want to make sure we're going to get that audio on the stream.
Yeah.
So bear with me, guys. I think we're waiting on Trump to actually come in.
Yep.
I didn't realize it was shoot the back of his head when I walked in.
It's always been, remember, shut it down.
Yeah.
Just don't move it.
No.
Yeah, I'm looking for the video conference link, guys, right now. So hold for processing. Here, we got another link here.
See, the problem is he disseminates so much bad information, it just causes a fire. Say, if his mouth is moving, he's lying. On his left.
Oh, wow.
No, he's not allowed in here. Sorry, Lev, but it's cool.
Like I said, you might have a few minutes right now.
Hopefully it's not.
Did anybody come of the lawyer or?
Somehow they're all silent. How did you get in?
Back there, and then looks like it. I know, he's a lawyer.
You're not allowed in here left. It's cool.
Okay.
No, it's cool.
Language warning. Holy. That was rude.
Okay, here's the deal, okay, before everybody in the back of the court. If you wanna go warm up, I'll let you know when it's over. Maybe, let's get to the voting place. Maybe that's probably the only building.
That would be the next place to
Go
go.
warm up, I'll give you a heads up. Two prosecutors, if they won't be free, it'll just be a vote. Right?
Hilarious. It's an agency.
He doesn't, I mean, meaning he's a contributor,
Yeah.
No.
not a streamer.
He's not.
I like that a lot.
I like him too, but.
Robin, Reagan.
Oh, that's great. That was what I know.
He may be. Test negative.
What's up, Jeff?
Can't feel my feet, boys.
You stay up there all morning?
Climb up to the next floor, I couldn't wait for you. You know that?
Nice holidays.
I'll celebrate again for fiscal year. What'd you say?
I said you're a very generous man and you generally give really nice gifts.
Yeah, I didn't give you your envelope yet.
Yeah, where's my envelope?
Yeah, I know.
Nobody at the court.
Yeah. Yeah. And but it's back focused. The flag, the focus is on the flag.
Is it usable? Is it usable?
But I mean, it's, it looks like shit.
No.
So he's still waiting for me or not?
We've been in the house. Marshawn is like biggest. See him?
Maybe.
Come out.
Maybe.
Otherwise we'll go to
Just
Hogan.
vote, just vote. The other
Bove is the short guy with the ball. That's what I was saying.
Bove is,
We know.
Yeah, so he might come out.
He should
They
have,
go in.
he should have gone in this way. They should have
We
shown
never
evidence.
saw this.
I know we did.
I just don't want to hear that he's telling me that I missed it. I definitely did not. Oh, but we use that if it's just saying anything. As long as it's not their fault.
Right.
So cover their ass game.
No, Umar, it's pool.
Who lets them in?
Where's that?
Or protest? It's that guy right there.
I got Dave out there, so. There's both. Oh, there he is. Okay. I didn't see the two front teeth.
Okay, so there's nothing going on in this hallway. Lawyers and prosecutors here to the judge's chamber. Do that work instead. Oh, Farrington's there? Okay, all right, very good. All right, I'm here. Bye-bye.
Where's Bill at the protest?
He's outside.
Okay, let me say hi to him.
Yes, I don't have to worry about that. Good.
Did he say how many people were there?
No, I just saw a picture.
Oh,
I didn't speak to him, but I just, he had, there's a giant flag out there.
really?
Yeah. It's like a 12 feet wide.
Hey, Bill, Tom, I'll be down as soon as this is over, period. Stay warm.
For the future, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this, but you know.
Oh, I almost never-
Looks like the kid waiting outside the principal's office.
It's gonna be out loud.
No, it's important.
But these are good, these are super light. For a short fellow like me, so. You know, I'm not like Justin Lane, where I just tower over. And put my arm up like this and then tell what you feet.
You know, letting this more.
Without it?
Are you going back there?
Sure am.
You put these on the cart.
Yeah, guys. So I know Trump is not going to be here. He's showing up virtually. There's some threads on Twitter. So I'm trying to find the actual audio or the web version of this, and I can't seem to find it, and all the coverage I'm watching doesn't have it either. But let me walk you through this thread. It sounds like they may have started. All rise. Trump is on video screen from Mar-a-Lago, sitting next to Todd Blanche. Emma Bove is here in the courtroom. Justice Merchan, virtual sentencing is permitted here in New York. First, please look at the probation report. Judge Merchan, Mr. Blanche, do you have any objections to the report? Blanche, it is out of date, but given what we expect to be happening today, no objection. Trump is leaning towards the camera, Blanche leaning back. ADA standing and reading from statement. The defendant was convicted of 34 felonies. This court has called it premeditated. The verdict was unanimous and decisive and must be respected. The defendant did not defend our constitutional system of justice. And then the ADA, his attacks on this court and its family and on prosecutors and their family, the court found 10 violations of extrajudicial statements. Trump is leaning toward the camera. ADA Chief Justice Roberts has warned of this type of conduct. Attempts to intimidate judges for the rulings are inappropriate. He also warned of dangers of disinformation. This defendant has caused enduring damage to the perception of the justice system. Yeah, so the hearing has begun. I'm going to keep looking. I'm going to try to get access to the actual Supreme Court live feed, or New York live feed. But I'll get back to you guys. I'm going to pull this back up while I'm looking, and I'll come back with some updates.
Buy 'em. You used to be able to buy them from Tesla. Yeah. Yeah.
You get a can of flammable liquid and you hold it back in front of it when you spray it. It's the same thing. That's the stuff you huff at night, right? You got the whipped cream and you huff it. New York Magazine just did a whole story on everybody using nitrous oxide these days to get high. They found one woman who got addicted.
Addicted to. I love it. Yep. Curtis, your stuff went through. Yeah, all the pool pics are dropped.
It was organized since the beginning of the trial, so, yeah, so it's like.
He's asking for explanations now. It's a fee.
Pool is formed. Pool was created a year ago.
I can't hear you. Yeah.
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 That was also a homeless person. So I was up there every next day. All this cooking and stuff was in the woods, the whole burn, grills, even microwave. People throwing out their Christmas trees, he's using flamethrower, light the Christmas trees.
Just terrible. What goes on in this world? Greg, isn't there anything you could do about that?
The sad thing is I've never been to LA, so I haven't seen it. I've been to San Francisco and San Diego, but not LA. Yeah, apparently so. You know, now they say the Hollywood.
Another update for you. I'm struggling to find the actual webcast of it, but nobody else out there has it either. But here we go. We must respect the office of the presidency, so we request unconditional discharge. As the court has indicated, this creates the status of a convicted felon as he appeals. The people recommend it. Justice Merchan, defense. Trump's lawyer, Todd Blanche. This case should not have been brought after President Trump announced his intention to run for re-election. This case was brought. We intend on appealing. Many legal experts share our views. Blanche, the American people got to decide as the trial was held during the election. President Trump was elected. This DA promised he would go after President Trump. That's sad. President Trump hopes this never happens again in this country. That's where we're at right now. We'll go back to here, and I'll have more updates for you shortly.
The five.
Or sorry, the 5. The 10 was the parallel.
Is the 5 the one that goes out to Santa Monica?
5, yes.
Okay, Ventura. Is that Ventura Highway? The 5?
Sing a few more songs.
Well, you know, they're all from Riverside.
Yeah.
Their parents were army brats, so they were stationed in London, and they didn't want anybody to think that they were British. So that's why they named it End America. But their first album was all, they have a song called Riverside, Ventura Highway, of course, as you know. All of this, you know, homesick for Southern California. Have you been there? Todd Blanche. Oh. Oh, okay. Not here. Oh, all right. Now they're saying as far as in San Diego? No.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yes? Oh, my God.
Santa Ana's been blowing, baby. The whole, up and down.
Yeah. Well, I think like
Clock wins
close to 100, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think the climatologists, I don't think they factored in. You can factor in heat, you know, temperature rise, ice cap melt, sea level rise. But I don't know if they factored in the increase in winds. You know, we work outside, right? Did you notice like there's wind all the time, not even when there's no storm? I've noticed blue
Check.
Wow, you have 2 weeks of blue sky and it's 40-mile winds. Yeah, but that wasn't always like that. That was only when it was attached to storms coming in and leaving. That 2 weeks of wind, blue sky. I think the climate change is making winds higher. And that's important. The irony, of course, is that that's good for wind turbines. It's the difference in the whole country's wind. Doesn't matter how much wind you have for wind turbines. It's the great joke and irony of this whole thing.
There was an explanation, listening to an NPR thing, was explaining it all the other day.
What was the gist of it?
I'm trying to remember. I didn't pay that much attention. I was driving.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. I mean, I was listening, but not listening. Oh, wait.
You want to get down, Jeff? Tell us.
This was a case that Alvin Bragg did not want to bring. He thought it had been appropriately handled before he got.
We got more here. This was a case that Alvin Bragg did not want to bring. He thought it was inappropriately handled before he got in. And this is Trump speaking here. A gentleman was brought in from a law firm. It was criminal what he did. He was involved with my political opponent. It was a legal expense. Trump then continues. Experts who are no friends of mine have said that this case should have been brought. They all said this is not a case that should not be brought. They were legal expenses. This was done so I would lose the election. Obviously, this did not work. I won. Trump continues. I was under a gag order. I assume I'm still under it. I'm totally innocent. I did nothing wrong. The business records were accurate. They were done by a bookkeeper, corroborated with all that's happening, a city burning to the ground. And I'm making a little progress, I think, finding the actual live stream. I just don't know if they're going to give me access, but I'll get back to you here. We're going to go back to this feed until then.
I mean, all the other defendants still have to face trial. Well, you've got the defendants down at Mar-a-Lago moving the boxes around, like Malta and some other guy, I can't remember his name. And then, of course, all the January 6th folks, they're all in deep shit too. So.
They're about to be pardoned.
Yeah, but they still got to pay for lawyers, right? They still got to show up in court and all that. I mean, it's a nightmare.
Well, they have.
That's what I'm saying. They're not pardoned. Yeah.
You know, well, they should have to pay because they fucking defaced the Capitol.
Yeah, we probably have to pay for those repairs.
We did.
What's up, Ash?
Anything?
There's live feeds or live tweeting of it, but we don't have actual access to the courtroom, which I'm trying to track down.
Yeah, there was supposed to be audio. I wonder if it changed because when they first announced that the sentencing was going ahead, they said the audio was going to be live streamed.
Yeah, and I haven't found audio of it anywhere. Like, I don't think anybody has actual audio of it.
Bastards.
But it's kind of interesting listening to, in the background, you can hear these police officers. They're talking about how much they hate Trump, and they're pardoning the J6ers, and they shouldn't be pardoned. They fucking defaced the Capitol.
They should be pardoned.
Oh wait, we might have audio here.
They called it lawfare. I'd just like to explain I was treated very, very unfairly. Thank you very much, Judge Merchan. Thank you, Mr. Trump.
Live audio.
That's that. We had what he had.
This is what I was just sent. Live audio of
Yeah.
Trump sentencing in Manhattan court. Oh, it just says it's expected that these feeds will switch to audio only. And none of these have the audio. Bummer.
Get the CNN live updates thing. All right. Here, I'll share this. Judge says live update. I mean, we can read them.
Yeah, that's what I've been reading through this Twitter thread here as it updates.
Oh, good. Yeah, I like those guys. They're good for New York.
Yeah, this is the one I was on.
I just got CNN. Trump leans forward as Merchan speaks. As Judge Juan Merchan speaks, President-elect is leaning forward. This is real hard-hitting news. Trump is alternating between looking ahead at Merchan and looking down and away from the screen. Judge, a sentence is one of the most difficult and significant decisions a judge can make. President-elect Trump just finished speaking in court. Thank you, Mr. Trump, Judge Juan Merchan says. The imposition of a sentence is one of the most difficult and significant decisions that any criminal court judge is called upon to make. Merchan says he believes Trump needs to hear his reasoning for his sentence, though he indicated his inclinations ahead of time. Trump says he's totally innocent, did nothing wrong, calls out Michael Cohen. I can't believe we didn't get to hear that. Trump spoke in court about this witch hunt, and we didn't get to hear it. We were supposed to be able to hear it. Pissed now.
Yep. It's kind of bullshit.
So this is the latest one here
Latest one. Oh, let me check.
from Inner City Press.
Justice Merchan, I've sentenced countless defendants, sex trafficking and homicide. This circumstance is unique. This has been an extraordinary case. Media, but once a courtroom door closes, it was just a trial, jury selection.
Sure, pal.
Yeah. Man, that's so annoying. I found like a couple places where you can get audio of this stuff, but he's not in here. He's part of the Supreme Court,
It's
right?
messed up.
But Merchan is not in the list. And even like searching for, like you can do a party, maybe index search. No.
You have to look at his. What are they saying? Oh, they're just reading.
Yeah. They're reading what we're reading.
We read it first.
Yeah.
Trump sentencing. This is so stupid. I think that every single trial, and they can certainly cut the cameras if there's something that's a threat to national security. But other than that, national security, the rights of the accused being protected, it should all be on camera.
Yeah. Remember that time we were covering the Colorado thing and the judge like called us out?
Yeah.
That was fun.
And the judge was wrong. Actually, the judge said this expanded media order only applies to to real journalists. She said something along the lines of real journalists. First of all, they had lied. The plaintiff attorney Eric Olson had lied and said that I was just out there streaming by myself, streaming the court. Well, the Badlands logo was on the feed. We were on the Badlands channel, so that was a lie. He spelled my government name into the record, and then the court looked into the camera and says, "This is only real journalists are allowed to stream this court trial," which is false. It's actually unconstitutional for her to say that. The government does not get to decide who is a real journalist. That's
so
a fact.
stupid.
But I didn't know that at the time. You and I were like, "Oh shit, what do we do?"
Yeah. I don't want to like get sued.
Yeah.
Which I'm surprised we haven't been yet.
Understandable.
And I just don't get like some of these states and their court websites, they have like good resources to find the links to watch. Like actually Arizona, they have a good system of being able to find that stuff. But New York is a shit show.
Yeah, Georgia's good too. All the judges have YouTube channels. Just makes it really, really
Yeah.
makes it really easy. But New York wants to hide. Democracy dies in darkness.
Yes,
John,
it
don't you know?
does. Virtual court
Oh,
information.
it sounds like people are coming out. Maybe we'll get a
Oh, yeah,
Trump
here.
press conference coming.
Well, he's in Mar-a-Lago. He's not here.
Oh, right.
Um,
We should still get a Trump press conference, though.
This is where we're at now. Justice Merchan, it is my obligation to consider all aggravating factors already in my Sandoval ruling and other rulings. The protections afforded to the office of the president are not a mitigating factor, but they are a legal mandate. Fuck this guy. And this lady's, I don't know. I'm going to keep looking for
Yeah.
access to this thing. Oh, it says you are prohibited from recording video or audio or taking photos or screenshots during a virtual proceeding.
It's pretty standard for all courtrooms.
Well, I don't live in New York, so
Yeah, but that's, I mean, I think that's everywhere that you can't use your personal device to record the proceedings. You can live tweet. You can take notes and stuff, but you can't use video or audio camera.
well, if I can
Recording.
find a way to watch, we're gonna do it anyway. Yeah, this is so stupid. I'm gonna give up and go back to the live tweeting.
Yeah.
What do you think he's going to do here? Because didn't he already say he's not going to impose a jail sentence or anything?
Unconditional discharge is what he has said, is what Judge Merchan said. And that was actually a factor in why the Supreme Court decided to let the sentencing go ahead. At least they said that, is that he's not expected to give any jail time, anything that would impact the president's, next 10 days or 4 years after the next 10 days. So they allowed it to go ahead.
Well, here we go. But this power does not include erasing a jury verdict. Now Trump is leaning back next to his lawyer, Todd Blanche, both of American flag lapel pins. Justice Merchan, unconditional discharge has been affirmed as appropriate. I impose it. So is that?
Yeah.
So he's getting discharged, but he's still going to be considered
So
a
it's-
convicted felon?
Yes. So what an unconditional discharge is basically you're being sentenced to nothing. Your conviction holds. You are a convicted felon. The conviction holds. The jury verdict holds. It's not vacated, but you're sentenced to nothing unless he puts conditions on it, which we haven't heard yet.
Imposed. Nobody will
Green
retweet that
card
because it wasn't attached to a breaking news symbol, but whatever. That is interesting.
17 emojis.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he indicated this is political theater that we're seeing right now, because Judge Merchan indicated that he was going to do this, that it was going to be an unconditional discharge, meaning the conviction holds, but you're sentenced to nothing. He said he was going to do that. Everybody expected him to do that. There was no cameras or anything in the courtroom during the trial, but when this was announced, they said it was going to be live streamed, and so that was a big political assertion that he just wants people to hear him sentence. Now we didn't get to hear it, so
Yeah,
maybe that's not the case, but this could very easily have been handled without all the hullabaloo 10 days before inauguration, but that doesn't help the regime.
it is interesting that the Supreme Court actually allowed this to go through. The justification for it is they typically don't interject in the legal process.
Right.
They allow it to go through, and then they'll come back later and undo the wrongdoings of justice. But there's a lot of hubbub yesterday made about Amy Coney Barrett siding with the liberals and who's the Roberts? Was he the one?
Roberts,
that also?
the Chief Justice. Yeah. I try to look at this from a legal standpoint in terms of what's the the right way that this would happen through the courts. If it wasn't Trump, if it wasn't such a political circus, what are these facts, these circumstances, and the process and the rules? The fact of the matter is that this jury conviction is currently in appeal. Trump is appealing the jury verdict on the 34 counts, and that's going to go through the appellate process. It would be improper for the Supreme Court. I actually don't think they can, for the Supreme Court to jump that process and in some way jump ahead of that appeal. So that's one thing. The other thing is he can't access the appellate court until he's sentenced.
Yeah.
And so it has to happen this way. Now they're making it into a political circus, which we know they're going to, because the whole trial was bullshit. But there's a proper course for how this makes its way through the court. And yeah, it's annoying. And yeah, we think it should all be thrown out and all. But one of the things that I am pretty bullish on is that Trump is using the courts for disclosure, not just disclosure of what the matter of the court case is about, but disclosure about how the process works. And the problems within the process, the barriers within the process. We see there are some courts that are acting within the rules and things seem like they're happening very fair in the process of justice, and other things like Merchan, where his daughter is taking money from the Democrats and it's insane. So
Yeah.
I'm okay with the Supreme Court ruling the way that they did. There's really no harm other than public perception. There is no harm for this unconditional discharge sentencing.
Yeah. What I find interesting about this is the last case, I believe, that is out there lingering for Trump. I mean, everything else has kind of been done away with. It'll be interesting to see the Supreme Court come after this now that it's gone through this process. And again, he's not going to jail or anything. He's just got this label. Actually, Dirk McGurkin left a Rumble rant in the chat. Wait, are they about to challenge the inauguration in the press now that Trump is a convicted felon? That is more so where I'm curious, like how is the media and even the leftists going to approach this with inauguration coming up now that he was sentenced as a convicted felon, even though there's no actual sentence imposed, to see if they do anything. But other than that, this is still kind of a nothing burger. And I do expect this to be appealed successfully and that to be taken off his record. Not that it matters anyway.
Yeah, well, I think the appeal is going to be very interesting because the appeal is going to get to changing the statute of limitations, reviving old laws, all the things they did in pursuit of this case. Is going to be under the microscope on appeal. And again, he can't access the appellate court until he's sentenced. And so it has to be done. I think it's going to be fine. I think we're going to learn a lot on the appeal. And one of the things that I'm excited about in the next 4 years is clarity around the law, because the ambiguity in the law creates the opportunity for a lot of bad behavior by attorneys and entities that have decided lawfare is going to be their life's work.
Totally agree. But yeah, that's kind of all we got.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I don't have anything else. Unconditional discharge is what we expected. It's what we got. And at the end of the day, it means Trump was sentenced to nothing and we can all move on with our lives. But yes, they are going to call him a convicted felon for 4 years.
And he should wear that with a badge of honor, considering
100%.
who has called him that. So,
No, agreed.
Yeah, you joining Liberty Den tonight?
I think I might.
I think you might. Cool.
I might. I'm just looking to see if Trump has posted anything on Truth since, but no, his last post was 12 hours ago. So,
okay, we did get another Rumble rant earlier at the beginning from Concerned Citizen 502. Been watching you since you started, John. Thanks for everything you do and all the Badlanders. Thank you. I think that's all of them. So
awesome.
You guys have a wonderful Friday.
We raid Badlands daily.
Oh yeah, I might as well do that.
I got it.
You got it? Okay.
Yeah. All right, everybody. We'll see you later tonight on Liberty Den. Oh, and Why We Vote at 7:30 Eastern.
Yep. Go give CanCon shit. We're about to raid a stream. So
always.
What should we have him say?
Go
be like, CanCon, why are you such a normie all the time?
That's
that
good.
always
I like that.
gets him upset. So we'll see you guys later.
All right. Bye, guys.